So you were there when Mysonne and Ness had the battle, right?
Yeah, I was there.
All right. Well, what was your reaction when you were watching the battle?
The battle?
Yeah, the actual battle.
I mean, to the third round, it was kind of a tie. You know, Mice had one, Ness, but the third round is where everything got a little bit he kind of came out with all that stupid shit, you know. You catch another scar on your cheek. When he threw the little shot at Cuban, bro, Cuban's whole face, his whole demeanor changed, bro. His whole face changed, bro. You could see the anger, like what? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, bro, that shit was crazy, bro. Like, it was a little tense for a minute, you know what I mean? But
well, you know, AWOL was saying though, like he looked at Cuban and was like telling him, like saying something to him, but then like Cuban was like, "Oh, it's just battle rap." Like he was brushing it off.
I don't know.
But you didn't get that vibe?
Hell no, because I know Cuban. I saw Cuban's face, bro. His face, bro. He was talking shit about it the whole ride home. So he was tight, bro. That nigga was tight. He was tight. He was tight. He was upset.
So if you had to say who won that battle.
Who won what? The first three or the five? Because if it like I said, me personally, there was up 1-1. And then the third round
didn't Mysonne like basically trip over like his words and like fuck up and shit like that?
That's what I'm saying. So on the third round is when Ness went crazy with the whole throwing the hocus pocus and this and all the different things and whatever. And then Mice turned around and said, yo, my contract, whatever. So now when they went to if you go to the first 3 rounds, Ness got two out of the 3. If you go to the 5 rounds, the last 2 rounds, Mice was like freestyling, was chopping them up. So then it turned into Mysonne won the battle because of the extended version. You understand what I'm saying? So,
well, AWOL said that Mice cheated because in the beginning he was saying it was only 3 rounds. My contract only says 3 rounds. And then when he was losing, he said, no, my contract says 5 rounds. And then it seemed like Ness had only prepared for 3 rounds. So then at that point.
Yeah, but he didn't back down, though. Ness didn't back down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
When he was rapping in the last 2 rounds was more generic. It wasn't like towards Mysonne directly.
Nah, but Mice came battle. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, the first round, it was like I said, Mice won 1, Ness won 1. The third one is when Ness came back. That's when Mysonne tripped up on his word, and that's when this dude came dissing the whole Bang Bang Boogie. So if you go to first 3 rounds, I think probably Ness won. But then if you go to the whole 5 rounds, the battle, Mice definitely won because the last 2 rounds, Mice chewed him up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I think that's more of he was on autopilot and he went back to battle mode and he went, you know what I'm saying? Like he let it, you know what I mean? Like it was just a different thing. Like I said, if it was the first 3 rounds, I think Ness got it. If you count the 5 rounds, Mysonne got it. You know what I'm saying? Because Mysonne was going ball crazy at the last 2 rounds. You know what I'm saying?
So there's a little bit of a dispute over what happened after the battle. Cuban said after the battle, he was looking for Ness because he took that shit personally and was like going out to the area and asking, yo, you know where Ness is at and everything. And AWOL said that did not happen because you guys always stuck together no matter what. He didn't see him go anywhere or anything like that. But also he said if he did do that, he knew that the guys had already left. So he was just making a show of it, basically.
All I know is when, like I said, the last round, things were getting a little bit tense because Ness wasn't there by himself either. You know what I'm saying? So Cuban disappeared. I'm not even going to front. Cuban disappeared. Where he went, I don't know. He disappeared. When we was leaving, I couldn't remember. Cuban went with me. So I don't know where the fuck he went. So we're looking around for him. I don't know where he went. He popped up when we was almost hitting the doors when we found Cuban. And when we was in the car, he said that he went looking for dude. Did he go see him? I don't know. All I know is that he did disappear. And then when we was all leaving, we was looking for Cuban, and nobody knew where Cuban went.
But he did tell you I was looking for Ness.
Yeah, he said he went to go see if he saw him.
Gotcha. Okay.
He definitely said that. But like I said, there was so much shit going on. Like most of the time, Cuban was right next to him. It was me, Poe, Zay. There was a mob of us there. There was the whole 326 was there. There was a bunch of pros there. Bunch of Castle Hill dudes was there. Bunch of, Sex Money Murders was there. Yo, bro, we was deep as fuck. We was deep as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And we moved like a unit. We definitely moved like a unit. One went one way, we all went. But in the whole mix of all of that, Cuban did disappear. Where he went, if he went to the bathroom or he went to fucking go fuck some bitch in the back, I don't know. He did disappear. Because I'm not going to sit here and be like, yo, I don't know. I really don't know. I know he disappeared, but I know he went in the car with me. You understand what I'm saying? So when we was leaving, I'm like, yo, where the fuck is this nigga? And we couldn't find him. So when we ready up out the door, we all looking, he pops up. And was like, fuck you at? He's like, let's go. When we get in the car, he's like, yeah, I went to look for that motherfucker. I was like, whatever. But we was joking around about the shit. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't know if he really went. This is what happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take anything from AWOL. AWOL's 100% right. We moved like a unit. We was like an army. But did he disappear? He definitely disappeared. Where he went, I don't know. I don't know.
Cuban was saying that like years later, he had spoke to Ness on the phone, and Ness was like, yo, you still mad? And like they like, they laughed about it and everything was cool after that, but like he was like saying during that time, he was really on that, like, yo, you say something in a rhyme, like we take it serious.
Nah, he took it personal. He definitely took it personal. And the funny thing is that we used to bump into Ness everywhere. That's the funny shit. When we go to Philly, we be with Petey, bump into him. We go to a fucking spot in fucking Jersey, we bumping into Ness in mad different places. But none of the time.
Was Cuban there when you guys were
that's what I was going to say. Oh, okay. Most of the time we went, we was mostly with the Philly crew. We was either with Petey and and Petey's crew and shit, you know what I'm saying, with Noxie and Mike Knox and that crew over there. But it was funny because we would bump into him, but it was.
Oh, you knew Mike Knox?
Yeah, I know Mike Knox. I stayed over Mike Knox's house one time when we got stuck in Philly with a snowstorm that we was going to Miami, and we ended up getting stranded in Philly, and I ended up spending the night at Mike Knox. Mike Knox is good people. I fuck with Mike Knox. Me and Zay got stuck in Philly, and we ended up crashing at Mike Knox's crib.
So you knew him during the time he was with G Unit?
Nah, this is before that.
Oh, okay.
This is before. I mean, he was fucking with Yayo at the time. He definitely was fucking with Yayo. And but this is before that. This is where he was around us when he was with the Men of Respect. When he was fucking with PD and
gotcha.
And Indy 5 and all of them, you know what I'm saying? And Don and all the PD's crew.